Thursday edition, one day away from Flamin' Dragon Friday. Got a great show today, talking a ton of college football, a lot going on in the world of sports as well. Going to get Chris Marler from Saturday Down South to join us, a.k.a. Vern Funquist. But first, boys, did you see something we talked about yesterday? Syracuse running back Quinn Allen, who was suspended for 2 semesters after going and defending, allegedly defending a teammate and punching somebody in the face, has now settled with Syracuse. And he's instantly eligible. I think about it. I want to give a shout out to Jimbo, who called in yesterday to talk about it. I think maybe the people at Syracuse listen to Crain and Company.
I think so.
That's what I think the biggest story.
They're smart. They'll start doing that. Maybe win some more football games as well.
Well, look, again, the real question is, and I'm not like I said, I'm not condoning go around punching people in the face. Sometimes it comes down to that when you're having to defend somebody. But you want to win? You want Dino Babers, Syracuse? I'm sure he didn't wake up all pissed off now that the Quinn Allen's going to be able to play this year. And if I'm the running back coach at Syracuse, fall camp just got a lot more fun.
Well, does he transfer now? You going to play for Syracuse after this situation?
That's a great question. We're so close to fall camp, right? I know the running back position's one. If you're going to have to come in and learn one quick, that's one. I mean, outside of specialist, outside of long snapper,
here's the
punter,
ball.
a
Hit
returner.
That hole.
Yeah, but I think he stays. I think he stays, especially, after losing Sean Tucker last year, who was, a hell of a player. I'm really excited to see him in the NFL, but I'm glad LeQuint's going to be able to play. Looks like Syracuse, maybe coming around a little bit. Finally, New York got something right. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Could Coach Ed Orgeron be interested in the Northwestern job now that it's open? Saquon Barkley and the Giants have yet to ink a new contract. And as I said, Chris Marler from Saturday Down South joins us to discuss all things college football. I'm Jake Crain, and welcome to Crain & Company. Now, we all know Florida is a place where you can win big for a long time. We've seen it multiple times with guys like Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer. And while the expectations are super high, and they should be at Florida, the Gators need to be patient with new head coach Billy Napier. Now, after a somewhat of a rocky debut season, going 6-7, the consensus going into 2023 is that his seat is hotter than Margot Robbie stretching next to an active volcano. She's not mid. I don't care what anybody says. And it shouldn't be. Now, Napier has to pull off one of the hardest switches that there is when you take over a program, having to not only add an influx of talented depth, but also flip the culture that was left in shambles by Dan Mullen. Now, just because you bring in great players doesn't mean you automatically win. It's bringing in the right type of great players, ones who understand it's about having a healthy locker room and who can provide the right type of leadership to each new wave of recruits. Now, that takes time and it takes cultivation. It doesn't happen overnight. Now, the old rule of thumb for college football head coaches was you get 3 recruiting cycles or years to show great progress, or you can kick rocks. Now, with the transfer portal having 1970s type freedom and the salaries continuing to rise, it's been changed to 2 years at the highest level of the sport. Now, in this case, this isn't realistic or likely. Florida isn't going to win the SEC or even win the East this year, but I do expect progress down the road. Their schedule doesn't do them any favors with road trips to Utah, LSU, and South Carolina, plus home games against Florida State, Tennessee, and a neutral site matchup against Globo Gym in Jacksonville for the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. So it might be some tough sledding again for Billy and the Gators in year 2, but look at how he's recruiting. Florida's ranked 3rd in the country in both 247 and on 3. And a lot of it is up front where the game is won and lost and the quickest way to close the gap. So the garden is being planted well. The question now becomes, will Billy be around long enough to see it blossom? And for Florida's sake, I hope he does. And he should. I'm bringing my co-host, former Michigan quarterback David Cohn, former Western State, Colorado wide receiver, and on Friday, he's a Dragon.
This is true.
Allegedly. Blaine Crain. David, I'm going to start with you. Listen, I understand if you're a Florida fan, right? You look to your right and you see what Georgia's done. won 2 national championships in a row. It's the absolute mega ranger right now over there. You look at what Florida State's doing with Mike Norvell, a team that could possibly make a run into playoff berth this year. They have a lot of veteran leadership. You look at Jordan Travis. They picked up Jaheim Bell and Keon Coleman in the transfer portal. It's looking up over there. Miami, who knows? Right now, UCF going to the Big 12. When you look at keeping up with the Joneses, I understand that. But Florida right now, you don't want to get into that hamster wheel of replacing a coach every 2 years and not giving him the time to bring in, and I mentioned talented players, you look at the recruiting rankings, but the right type of guys, and it seems like Billy Napier is bringing in the right type of players from a mindset standpoint too. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
I agree with a lot of what you said in there. I still think it's going to be very difficult for Billy Napier to see a third year at Florida. Here's a few things that are working against him. First of all, the expectation. I mean, the standard at Florida is what Steve Spurrier and Urban Meyer were able to do. I mean, Urban Meyer went 13-1 3 out of 4 seasons. All right. 2, the schedule, like you talked about, their schedule this season is going to be a gauntlet. Most SEC schedules are. But the one in 2024 that just got released a couple of weeks ago, Florida may have the toughest schedule in the country if Billy Napier does see a third year. And then 3, like you said, the players that are on the roster right now. He went 6-7, had a losing record in his first year with the number 4 overall pick. Now, you and I knew what sort of reservations we had about Anthony Richardson going into the season, but it's still not a great look when the quarterback you had on your team during a losing season goes number 4 overall. A couple things he does have going for him, though, if you're a Florida fan. Like you mentioned, the last couple of weeks, Florida has been on a recruiting hot trail. Man, it's been incredible. And you're at a huge brand in Florida where you're in the best state for recruiting. So, like you said, it's tough to look up in Athens and see what Kirby Smart's doing and then across at one of your other biggest rival to see if Florida State projected to be in the college football playoff this year. I think it's going to be very difficult for Billy Napier to see that third year, but let's see how it goes. Yeah,
I mean, you bring up 2024. I mean, 2023, your non-conference opponents, Utah could be the best team in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Florida State could be the best team in the ACC.
And we're talking about, I mean, Dan Mullen won 21 games in his first 2 seasons at Florida, barely had 1 losing season and was fired.
Yeah, and I get the expectation being high. The standard should be high. It goes against every instinct you have as a fan, as an athletic director, and as an administration to not have a quick trigger when you look at what's going around. Blaine, when you look at the roster right now, they bring in Graham Mertz from Wisconsin, who isn't exactly mobile compared to Anthony Richardson. The Jack Miller kid is more mobile. He's somewhat unproven. I mean, Mertz ended up having minus 21 total yards throughout his career at Wisconsin. They had a lot of high hopes for him. Now, the offense is a little bit different, right? Florida, you lost Tarquin, the big-time tackle, the young guy to USC who's going to be protecting Caleb Williams now. But you bring back Austin Barber. They've made some moves in the transfer portal. They brought in some monsters on the offensive line. The kid from Kentucky and Bama, the kids, both of them, they're over 350 pounds. You look at 2 of their interior defensive linemen. One's almost 450 pounds. The other one's 335 pounds. Now, that doesn't mean that they can play. We'll see. But Billy Napier, if you go back and look at Lafayette, he's from the school of, we're just going to sign giants, kind of like what we're seeing with Georgia right now, but they're more horizontal than they are vertical compared to Georgia. When you look at Florida, I know you're not a huge Billy Napier fan. I will ask you this right now. Does he survive year 2? I'm not even talking about making it through the year. Does he get fired before Halloween?
I don't think so. I know I've been tough on Billy Napier.
Wait a minute. We got a reversal here?
No, we don't.
Smells like a reversal.
I've never felt good about this. Something just always felt off when it came this hire. I don't have anything against Billy Napier. I wish him all the best success. But you go back to kind of what Cohn said. I mean, you won 6 games with a number 4 pick in the draft being your quarterback. You lost one of your guards who went early in the second round, who's a great player. And you look at the quarterback room right now, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Did anybody watch your spring game?
Yeah.
I almost threw up watching this spring. They could barely complete a pass. Get a first down. What was the score, 10-7?
Yeah,
we could have strapped up and played better.
That's just good defense.
Fellas. And you brought in Graham Mertz. Congrats. It's like you brought Ritz crackers to a charcuterie board party. Everyone's pissed at you. Charcuterie. That's just the way it works. It's a real smorgasbord situation. But no, I think Billy's going to get another year after this. I think they might win 5 games this year.
Really?
Wow.
Maybe.
I mean, that's not a. You look at
Go look at their schedule.
It's not. I have.
Yeah.
I've been looking at it all morning.
I mean,
I
I felt like
it's like it just got worse so far.
every time I read Florida's schedule for 2023, when I get done, I feel like I got my ass beat.
Yeah, and you beat Utah.
Yeah,
And
you did beat Utah last year.
And I don't
That's
think that's going to happen this year. All right? Like, I don't,
Well, look,
you remember how the season ended? Oregon State just held you down and just slowly put their finger in their mouth. Just 30-3. It ended 30-3.
Look, I love what they have at running back. I love the Montreal Johnson Jr.
sure.
kid. Trevor Etienne. I'll take anybody named
sure.
Etienne at running back. Ricky Pearsall, veteran at wide receiver. They got a couple other guys that they're excited about out wide. You look at Jason Marshall in the back end. They got a big-time transfer from Ohio State at linebacker. There's some pieces, but it just doesn't seem like they have enough pieces. You can't trick your way through this schedule. You can't smoke and mirrors your way through this schedule.
With the transfer portal, like I feel like if you're a big SEC school, there's no reason you shouldn't be good at quarterback.
So Graham Mertz, 247 ranks Graham Mertz last in the SEC at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I think
behind some guys like A.J. Swan at Vanderbilt and Brady Cook at Missouri.
Let them cook.
Look,
Hey, Brady can do some nice things.
I don't think
now.
Brady Cook gets enough credit. I think Brady
can do some nice things.
But yeah, I think Blaine said it best. That's the best way to explain it. You're bringing Ritz crackers to a charcuterie party.
Yeah.
You got people
got
bringing
cheese.
People got
pepperoni wrapped in.
Yeah, you got people bringing
little
Italian
jam,
meat.
little jelly and
Little
jam.
You're over here
Jelly
bringing
side.
Ritz crackers. Like, just sit by yourself.
You're
like
showing up
Stephen
in
Blanchard.
shorts with Ritz crackers.
Sometimes all of a sudden your 2-year-old son, he likes Ritz crackers.
Well, that's fine.
Well, I'm not having a charcuterie party for
It's great if your 2-year-old son has it, but do your boosters like it?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Can you stop Vanderbilt?
That's a great point. Let us know in the chat what you think, how Florida's going to do this year. I'm going to hold off making predictions. We like to wait until we get closer to the end of fall camp. Some of these people just jump the gun on it. You don't know who's won what job, who gets hurt. That's a dangerous game to play. But I tell you what's not a dangerous game to play.
Tell him, boss.
Not being bored when you're out there trying to heat the grill up. Okay? And you can get your grill gun from our friends at Grill Blazer today and let your grilling adventures begin. If you're tired of waiting ages for your grill to heat up, now you can say goodbye to those tedious moments of impatiently watching the charcoal burn and say hello to instant barbecue perfection. Thanks to our new friends at Grill Blazer. And Blaine doesn't have his Grill Blazer gun because somebody keeps stealing it out of the studio. Cohn has his, but it doesn't have propane tank. And producer Justine, I hold you personally responsible for this.
I think everybody
I hold you
does.
personally responsible for this.
Does.
Every time we want to use it and shoot the flamethrower on the set, it's not here. Blaine, I want to give you a couple seconds just to be upset about it.
Well, you leave for a couple weeks.
To work on a G14 classified special
basically
project.
get sent into space to blow up an asteroid to save the world. And you come back, and the one thing you really want, wasn't a cup of coffee, wasn't to sit in my chair, is to get my Grill Blazer gun and shoot out flames to start the grill. But no, someone selfish, a.k.a. Justine in the booth, is not here. So we're all going to take a second and blame you for this. May God have mercy on your soul.
Moment of silence?
Yeah, let's have a moment of silence. All right, moment of silence on 3. 1, 2, 3. I tell you.
It's a moment of silence.
You're
they can't hear it. They can't hear it.
Oh,
They can't hear it. They can't. We're getting a moment of silence. 1, 2, 3. And that was our moment of silence because Justine won't give us our flamethrower. But you can get yours, okay? Grill guns are designed to do everything from expertly searing your meats to lighting charcoal grills, wood stoves, outdoor fireplaces, and just about anything you can think of. They have 2 types of grill guns, all right? The Grill Gun Basic, high-powered propane torch. Designed, I'm getting madder about this the more I read it, that we don't have it. Designed to light charcoal and wood grills and smokers, burns up to 3,600 degrees, which I think is the equivalent of the sun.
Gracious.
It's 30-inch flame. It's for anything you need a big bad torch to do. The sous vide gun has a shorter barrel. All right, perfect for professional culinary kitchen uses for gently caramelizing brulees and other sugars and fruits. So go get yours. Unlike us in the studio right now. All right, visit grillblazer.com. Use promo code BOOSTER for 15% off. That's grillblazer, Blazer's BLAZER.com. Use promo code BOOSTER for 15% off. Let's get to the Booster Club. Cohn, you have one you use at the house.
I do, and I use it with my Cinch propane tank. 60 seconds, light the grill.
I love
Get
that.
on to other things.
Gone in 60 seconds.
A lot of
You
people
love to see it.
would say 60 seconds is a long time.
They would say. A lot of people would say that.
And some cultures.
That's what I heard.
I'm one of them.
Let's go to Old War Skull, 88, $20 donation. Appreciate it.
What up?
What a great year to live in Louisiana. 2 natties. And last night I acquired the Fatherhood Expansion Pack.
Wow.
Mama and baby are doing well. Need Poirier to win the BMF belt and LSU football natty to cap the ultimate parlay.
Yeah, if LSU wins the natty in football, Louisiana may burn down.
Like, that place is toast.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. And you know what? What a great way to go out.
Yeah.
What a great way to go out.
Just like they would want.
That's exactly right. That's how I'd want to go out.
Congratulations to everything LSU's doing. It's truly incredible. But I did see a tweet this past weekend that said, after the kids went 1-2 in the Major League Baseball draft, said LSU is now the only school to have the #1 overall pick in the 4 major sports: NFL, NBA, MLB, and WNBA.
God, that's impressive.
I said 4 major sports. Exactly. Yeah. That's my point.
Oh, yeah. You said WNBA?
WNBA.
What is that like? What is that like the Western Conference
like
of the
what,
NBA?
Like hockey doesn't exist over here or something?
I wouldn't call that a major sport.
That was my point, and that's
they play. Well, it's
that was the comment.
It's like on the movie Division III. It's like Division I, they offer full scholarships and play in front of packed out stands. Division II also offers scholarships, has a lot of following. Division III, they play football too.
Yeah, literally. So Texas Ed, $20 donation. Appreciate it,
Texas Ed.
Wow. 1, LeBron is mid. 2, shout out to my kid's 20th birthday.
HBD.
3, there's a lot of conference shuffling at the G5 level that isn't being talked about. American Conference is stacked at that level.
Yeah, look, I love what they're doing over there in the AAC. Mike Orasco, I think, is one of the best commissioners in the country. We're going to talk a little Big 12 later. I know that's not Group of 5, but with Brett Yormark, I thought he was fantastic yesterday at Big 12 Media Days. I like this guy the more I listen to him talk. And then watch the actions that happen after. I like the way they're trying to go younger, get into the Gen Z, and it's just smart. It's the new wave.
I saw the American Conference got ranked the highest Group of 5 conference,
and they should
leading into. Even though you and I we're Sun Belt.
Sun Belt. Look, Sun Belt, Fun Belt. Look, there can be multiple people can.
I don't know. There felt like there was hate behind that.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't hate. All right, a couple more.
Touch of hate. Let's go to Revco 250. $35 donation.
Revco, what's up, man?
Wow, Revco.
Cheers to reaching level 35 today, boys.
Wow.
Happy birthday. Can't watch the show live because of my mass schedule, so wanted to drop in the beginning and say welcome back, and the first round is on me tonight.
Wow. Revco, happy birthday, my friend. Come up, let's get lunch again. I will have to say, though, Local Taco closed.
The what?
Local Taco. It's the place we met Revco for lunch at, over by, close to where I'm at.
Local Taco.
I'm upset about it. R.I.P.
Oh, well.
I'll write a letter.
Yeah.
Please.
I already wrote one.
Can it be strongly worded?
First. That's the only kind I write.
How about that right in? He's got a Cole Frink $2 donation. LeBron is mid. MJ's a GOAT. And we need to fire PJ.
Yeah. Maybe we hit her with the grill gun. What do we hit her with the grill gun?
Yeah, we should.
Torture. I don't know. It's the punishment. Not like Northwestern, though. We're not saying that. Oh, he said we need fire.
No, that's not what he said.
All right, what else we got?
Let's go to Texas Ed. He says, Dana Holgerson talked yesterday that he's starting to get the athletes to go to Houston because they are a Power 5 team now. Going to be a quick rise to power.
Yeah, look, Houston it's one of those golden egg places. You can just recruit Houston and be fine. We talk about the state of Texas and how talented that state is. I think to me, if I had to pick, gun to my head, one of the new 4 schools to within 3 to 5 years to be a legitimate contender in that conference. Not just, we snuck around for 1 year and pulled it. It's Houston, right?
I agree.
It's got to be Houston or UCF.
Yep.
Look, I like BYU. I wouldn't schedule them, right? I don't want to schedule a team that's based on a religion. Nobody fights harder for longer than those guys do. But I think Houston, from a market standpoint, it's absolutely massive. But let's go and get into 5 big questions.
All right, first one. Coach Ed Orgeron may not be interested in the Northwestern job. Is there a worse fit?
This doesn't make a lot of sense. This is like Farmer Fran going to teach at Harvard. I saw this report, and then Bruce Feldman came out and said that he talked to Edo. Edo's not interested in it, and he was laughing it off. But the odds that I can just not see Northwestern, the ivory tower, Northwestern administration and board of trustees as they drink their Earl Grey and talk about philosophy, hiring Edo after you just had a dry humping scandal in the locker. Like if that just
Facts.
you don't go further down the well once the girl from The Ring pops out of it. You know?
Oh man.
No, there's like I don't think you need to at least be able to speak English to work at Northwestern.
True.
How would Ed O give a pregame speech to Northwestern?
Hey, everybody. Where the blonde women at? Go Tigers. Go Coach, this is Northwestern. You're right. Go Tigers.
Go Wildcat.
Go Tigers.
Go Wildcat.
But no, please don't.
Yeah.
Edo doesn't want that.
Edo's got his bread. He's hanging out with isn't he married now again? Isn't he married?
Look,
married to the game.
You tell me. Will he
Is he married to the game?
Is he going to coach again?
Who, Edo?
I don't think
so.
No, he's not.
Edo,
He's on a beach
super rich.
It was weirdly worded to begin with. It was like Ed Orgeron may have interest in the Northwestern job if it's offered to him.
Yeah.
It was like, if you're interested, I might be interested.
Yeah,
but now you're not interested, and I'm kind of interested, but now I'm pretending to be
Well, it's
interested.
like anybody can have interest in it. Hell, I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to call me, though.
Call
Now,
up.
it's what time is it? It's about 6:50 a.m. right now, Central?
Yeah.
Edo's.
Northwestern, call in.
Edo's 2 Mai Tais deep.
Call in, Northwestern.
He's 2 Mai Tais deep.
All right, next one up. Bob Huggins won't leave.
Yeah.
Won't leave West Virginia. He says he didn't agree to resign.
They said like his wife's text. Like
what's
his
the
wife
deal with that?
texted. Apparently, like his wife texted that he was going to resign, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to resign." It's something like that. But I mean, look, it's time. It's time, Bob.
This is after the DUI.
This is after the DUI. You've had multiple problems like this. You know, you look at kind of the controversial thing he said on the radio. And look, West Virginia's not winning. Like, West Virginia hasn't won anything. I mean, they haven't been at what you would, if you were going to have to put up with this, right? If you're going to, and I know Bob Huggins is a legend. He's a Hall of Fame coach, right? I don't think anybody's going to argue that when you look at the win totals. But if I'm going to have to put up with you hanging out there and doing these type of things, you better be winning. Look, Mark Few gets a DUI, and DUIs are bad. They're really bad. It's stupid. Get drunk behind the wheel. But you know what? Gonzaga's making runs. Yeah. Right? West Virginia's not doing anything. Yeah. Let's just play a game. Everybody look around and be honest. Okay? You're not doing well enough for me to put up with this BS anymore. So I just love how Bob Huggins is like, listen, Bob, you're going to resign. Or we're just going to fire you. He's like, no. He's like a squatter. You know that won't leave a house, like a squatter in California where like they have rights too. Instead, I have the right to just pull your ass out of this house I just bought, which is what I would do. But no, it's an interesting situation.
Stay and fight, Bob.
Stay and fight.
You stay and fight for your right, Bob. Just quit. I know, like you were drunk driving. Maybe you should quit drunk texting as well.
Yeah, very true.
Figure that one out. Sorry, I'm not convinced your wife sent the text message.
Yeah, he's like, I got hacked.
Yeah, put him down. It's not Russian.
My wife hacked me.
Let's go to the NFL. Saquon Barkley and the Giants still haven't inked that new deal. Possible Week 1 holdout is looking more likely. Will Saquon Barkley play for the Giants in Week 1?
Yes, I think he will.
Okay.
I think he will. And listen, I get the business side of it. We all do. That's his profession. You're going to try and make the most money you possibly can. And look, Saquon is a beast. Make no bones about it. Saquon is one of the best running backs in the world. I'm just saying in the world when it comes down to it. And the Giants have so much positive momentum going into this year. I mean, right now it's looking like the Jets and the Giants are both going to be pretty good. The Knicks were pretty good. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen New York teams be this relevant in my whole life, let alone all three of them. So Daniel Jones, you saw the progress he made. You think you can credit that a lot to Brian Daboll and what he's brought over there to New York. But they will find a way because finally, and look, I know they won some Super Bowls with Eli Manning. I get it. The Tyree catch, we can go back and forth. The Giants have had a lot more success than the Jets. Nobody's going to argue that. But you're able to kind of, you've caught that momentum again. You've caught that fire. And I don't think Saquon and I don't think that organization wants to do anything that's going to distract them from having a chance to go and compete for another Super Bowl. So I think he is.
Well, he needs to be. I mean, it's so when it comes to running backs in the NFL, I know Saquon's one of the best, but I mean, this has been his first healthy year since since almost he's gotten into the league.
Yeah, but we know who Saquon is.
Yeah, we know who Saquon is, but I mean, you're only as good if you're available, right? And yeah, I think he had 1,300 yards this year. It was a great year and the best year Daniel Jones played, and I've seen him play in the NFL. So I think they need to get him signed, but I don't think it should be a ridiculous amount of money. I think Saquon's one of those guys who will take less to kind of build the roster around him. So if I'm Dayball, I think Dayball will get it done.
I think they offered $13 million a year, and he wanted $16 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could have a black.
Let's talk 14.5.
We could have a black-eyed peas situation. Meet me halfway.
Meet me in the middle. Meet me halfway.
Yeah, come on, just meet me
Saquon
halfway.
with the ball. Oh, he's running.
So we all know Fergie can't sing, but will you meet me halfway?
So we meet in the middle. This
is it huge?
Just meet somewhere in the middle. 15-9. 15-9.
That didn't feel like that was in the middle.
That's not in the middle.
Like that's
in the higher
lower than
middle.
my number, higher than your number. 15-9.
Let's go to 14-7.
14-7 deal.
14-7 Chili's gift card.
Yes.
Now it's 18.
Okay. Well, there's the door.
You gotta get Chili's, Mike.
The Jets are going to be on Hard Knocks.
Aaron,
are you gonna watch? You guys going to watch?
Aaron Rodgers on Hard Knocks? Yeah.
Are they going to win the AFC?
No. Well, could the Jets?
Are they going to win
wouldn't
the
it
AFC?
just be poetic justice if the Jets, who haven't won anything in so long, finally broke the Hard Knocks curse? Wouldn't that be like and went and won the Super Bowl? I'm telling you right now, they may have the best defense in the NFL outside the Eagles.
Take the 49ers.
Eagles and Niners, I agree with that. Let's say top 3. Let's just say top 3 NFL defense. Then you got that guy, the silent witch, who's not really that silent, but goes on silent retreats.
But he's a witch.
But he's also a witch, and he's rocking number 8 going back to the Cal days. Boy,
Look at him. Look at him.
Just look at his eyes. Look at his eyes in this picture.
I mean, I just don't know how the Jets can be bad.
Yeah.
And it's scary to say.
And you don't have to go out there and score 35 points a game.
You're getting your running back. He's going to be healthy. Who was in contention for Rookie of the Year until he got hurt. You got Aaron. You just drafted old boy from Ohio State, the receiver. So you got 2 of them now. I mean, you got Sauce Gardner, who's basically 6'3", but the wingspan of a pterodactyl at 6'8".
Yeah, surprised you didn't catch it.
And you have Quentin Williams, the man who blesses himself after he sneezes up front. It's a dangerous group. You signed your linebackers back.
So yes, I will be watching Hard Knocks.
All right, a couple more here. Let's go to the Major League Baseball. Can Luis Arias hit 400 this year? He's at 383 right now. Boys, watched him in the All-Star game. This guy's swing is just magnificent.
I feel like this man is a walking Tom Amansky video.
It's crazy.
Like you watch him in the All-Star game too. I mean, the swing. He's hit 3 home runs? Who cares? This man. I'm going to say something, and I don't want people to freak out. Reminds me a lot of Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, flat
Reminds me a lot of Tony Gwynn. Short swing.
Lefty.
Right? It can hit it to all fields. There's no spot where he can't control. He seems in control every at-bat. And it is just insane what he's doing, especially with the pitching the way it is right now. With guys throwing 94, 95 mile per hour sliders. I mean, throwing 100 isn't a crazy thing anymore. Guys being able to work 4 or 5 pitches consistently all around the plate. Just if you love baseball, right? If you truly love baseball, watching Luis Arias hit, it's just fun. I could watch him hit all day. He is just a true savant and prodigy when it comes to stepping in the plate. And you know what? I would not be shocked if he hit 400. Is he going to be one of the first guys who you just don't pitch to that's not a power hitter? Like, think about that. There's guys you pitch around, right? I'm not throwing to this guy right now because he can hit out of the ballpark. How many times have you said, I'm not throwing this guy right now because he can hit a single? How many times have we said that? That's how good this guy is.
Yeah.
So I'm just absolutely loving watching it.
All right, last one here. The NBA, a couple new rule changes for next season. One, coaches will get an extra challenge if their first challenge was successful. I think that's
smart. I like that.
Unanimous, and they've been trying for a couple years. And then now a flopping penalty throughout the game. Your guys' thoughts on that?
Love it. I love it. It's going to be like an unofficial technical foul, so it doesn't go against your yearly total of having to sit out games or then having some playoff implications suspension-wise. I think for the NBA, from a rule standpoint, I like both of them. I think they made the right decision on both.
This is, how are you going to call it?
So it sounds like
with
under
your
the
whistle,
new rule,
With the flopping, how are you going to call it?
So under the new rule, when a game official calls a flop or a physical act that reasonably appears to be intended to cause the officials to call a foul on another player, the offending player will be charged with a non-unsportsmanlike technical foul, and the opposing team will be awarded 1 free throw attempt.
I love it, but it's how are you going to call it?
Well, they call it in college.
Yeah, I mean, but it's iffy.
It's all, but the block charge is.
Can you challenge it?
Just block.
Can you challenge the flop?
I don't know that.
Can you challenge the flop call?
It's kind of like the fake slide. I mean, Kenny Pickett, I think he was going to slide, but they just wanted to keep running. Like, who knows? Who's really to say?
Well, I like it, man. I
like
your boy LeBron, it's going to hurt him.
I mean, it's going to hurt a lot of people in the NBA. Most of everybody in the NBA flops.
Yeah, mostly LeBron.
I mean, you can bring up LeBron. That's fine.
I'm just saying.
I mean, if you're going to take advantage of the rules, take it. Look, I'd get it. I'd go out there and flop to get the ball back, to go score. I mean, you're going to bend the rules a little bit, right?
You flop?
I'd flop, absolutely.
That
God, ref.
Hey, now we're shooting one.
Yeah.
We're shooting one.
Ref.
Technical foul.
No,
Good.
ref, technical foul. He called a technical foul. If you're not flopping.
Yeah?
Good luck. Good luck getting out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think something that rhymes with it that would get me like.
You're not flopping?
Quit
You're
now.
stopping.
You're not.
Obi Toppin?
Kenneth
Dropping.
Joplin.
Who is Kenneth
He's a
Joplin?
singer in the 60s.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Oh,
I don't think that person exists.
All right.
I tell you what does exist, though. The greatest coffee ever made for man and humans and aliens and animals, if you get down like that. All right, summer's in full swing, all right, which means barbecues, gatherings, and so much more. And you don't always have the time to brew coffee the traditional way each morning. That's why Black Rifle Coffee, that's right, I said it, they've got their ready-to-drink cans. Okay, and it's perfect for people who need their coffee quickly, contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, and listen to these flavors. Come on, Jake, you can do it. Focus, determination. Vanilla Bomb, salted caramel, mocha, and my personal fave, vanilla caramel. All right, David, tell everybody your favorite flavor. It's not ready to drink. It's ready to brew, though. What is it?
Ready to brew Lava Panther.
Yeah.
Just black. Beyond Black, Silencer Smooth. But today I have the Headless Horseman's Roast. This
Exactly
is the
right.
pumpkin spice. Maybe a little bit more come
October's
fall.
coming.
But it's on
coming.
its way.
That's exactly
its
right.
way.
Blanye
My new one, Flaming Drag. Oh, excuse me. Power Llama Coffee.
Well, I do want to say this, though. Black Rifle did respond to us on Twitter.
Fact.
Or responded to one of the fans of the show
Yep.
on Twitter, one of the boosters, and said the Flaming Dragon Brew was a really good idea. Let's get it done.
If the Flaming Dragon Brew happens because one of y'all left a 5-star review on Black Rifle Coffee, let's just say there's going to be a lot of good things
I
happening.
need everybody to flood.
I think you could stop the
I need
warning
everybody
train.
to flood their emails
Yes.
with a picture of my face and saying we need a Flaming Dragon Brew.
We do need that. America
do
needs
that.
that. All right? Black Rifle Coffee is veteran-founded. It's operated by principled men and women who honor those who protect, defend, and support our country. And with every purchase, they give back. So they're doing great things, too, off the brewing cycle as well. So save money and drink America's coffee. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Use our promo code BOOSTER at checkout for 10% off your one-time purchase or first coffee club order. That's blackriflecoffee.com. Promo code BOOSTER for 10% off. You can also find it in grocery and convenience stores, but we all know you want to go to blackriflecoffee.com and use the promo code BOOSTER for 10% off. Black Rifle Coffee, America's coffee. Flaming Dragon Brew, let's get it done. What's going on in the Booster Club?
I love it. Let's go to Slap on My Bass.
Slapping my back.
$38.25, $2 donation. It says just stopping in for old time's sake. The Cigar Club, boys.
Oh, what's up, man? What's up?
Slapping the
To
bacon.
the Jariah, $20 donation. Appreciate it. Did y'all hear that flag football might be in the 2028 Olympics in LA?
Stop.
What are your thoughts, and who would be your team USA if it was in the next year's Olympics? In my opinion, all we need is Cohn as QB1 and Flaming Dragon and wide receiver run. That's all we
Wait, you said that they could actually have American football in the Olympics in 2020?
Flag football.
Hold on.
Flag football might
Flag football.
be in the 2028
We'll
Olympics.
still kill them.
That's a start.
We'll still kill them. I want real football. We have to play soccer. I had to watch us lose to Panama last night. All right, because we can't win on PKs. Thanks, Matt Turner. I'll never believe in you again. How about you block more than one? Goodness gracious. Why don't you talk to Elon? He'll help you block some people. Here's what I got. If we do real football in the Olympics, you think the dream team dominated in basketball? You think they were great and they did dominate. But can you imagine? It'd be like the Purge. It would be like can you imagine first round? Because we're just like in basketball we're sending goons.
Who are we getting
year
first
one?
round? Who are we getting first round?
It doesn't matter. It better be Heaven's Army.
Here,
because
yeah.
it's not them.
We're playing Paraguay.
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. That'd be like men and women's sports.
God,
Can you imagine? Like, hey, man, some dude from South Korea's got to guard Tyreek Hill. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not
Their
even worried about
army. Their army couldn't
Just the
stop
box.
Tyreek Hill.
The box.
Yeah.
Oh, the box?
They're in trouble.
Oh, God.
They're in trouble.
Can you imagine America's defensive line versus, I don't know, let me say, South Africa? Y'all are toast. Like
I think South Africa would have some of the best chances.
Nobody
compared to everybody else, like rugby.
Nobody would have a chance.
They got some big dudes.
Nobody would have a chance.
Yeah, big dudes. But like, if we went and played like Italy,
like they're killing us.
Yeah.
They're killing us.
it'd be a slaughter.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brad with a $5 donation. Appreciate it, Brad. Just once, I wanted to hear Cohn. You meant to say Cohn, but Cohn, C-O-A-N. Say the Ohio State University before the game in November. Let's have a friendly wager. Go Bucks.
Okay. We can put a wager on this thing.
And we'll make a little wager.
You know how much more confident Cohn is now betting on Michigan to win that game? So what are we saying here?
A lot of things have changed.
If Michigan, what does he have to do if Michigan wins?
What does he have to do?
You got to come up with that.
Okay.
So you have to say the Ohio State University if Ohio State wins.
Okay.
If Michigan wins, he has to, how about this?
He has to sing the victors and send in the video.
Yes, there you go.
Who was that? Who was that?
That was Brad.
B-Rad?
Brad.
That was B-Rad
From
G.
the Boo?
All he does is spin Lazy Susans, and I'm innocent until my guilt is proven. Let's go. Sunnydale send up. Let's go to Anthony.
I just spit my coffee out on this ad. Did you just say...
It's getting out of hand.
Spin Lazy Susans?
What's it called?
What does that even mean?
You ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
No. Well, yes, I have.
All I do is spin the Lazy Susan and I'm innocent. What is it?
You did this. Our friends at Provia.
I'm innocent until my guilt is proven. That's what it is.
Oh, my God.
Let's go to Anthony Henriksen. What's up, Anthony? He says, I mean, USA would probably dominate international flag football, but there's some ninjas out there that would be pretty.
Yeah, but we're not ninja fighting out here. Like we're not.
Are we
fighting.
ninja chopping?
No, we're not ninja chopping. You go ninja chopping
and a kung fu kick, and there goes your leg right there.
Exactly.
I mean, Nathan Johnson said you'd be the head coach for France.
Oh, you can coach France up. Hey, France's special teams? Are you kidding me? They'd build a wall like no one else.
Yeah, nah.
Huh?
We'd be dead. They'd be too worried about getting some espresso after the game. We'd be just.
Hey, y'all can just go bake some ribs.
I'm shocked nobody's asked a question about Florida yet.
About Florida? Here, I can go on really can, to be honest.
I love when you tell me you can do something and then you can't do it instantly right after.
Let's go to Sean Pennison.
Sean Pennison.
Yeah, he says, Billy Napier is Matt Rule. A few good seasons at a small school, but when the lights come on, mid.
You said that about Billy?
I don't know. I think Matt Rule's. I'm interested to see what Matt Rule does in Nebraska. I think Matt Rule's had more success over time than what Billy Napier has. But I mean, Matt Rule, look at the jobs he took over. I know he didn't. I don't think he has any top 25 wins, and I understand that. But where he was at, what he did at Temple. I mean, you look at what he did at Baylor. I mean, I know Baylor's kind of been on the come up, and we know what Art Briles did, and then it kind of fell off a cliff. But again, I do think at the end of the day, if Florida will be patient, right? And I'm talking about the people that make the decisions, which includes the fans. They buy the tickets. If they're patient, I do think it is going to work.
And what Billy's doing, that's what's normal. That shows you how hard it is to do what like Urban Meyer was able to do.
Yeah.
To do what Nick Saban and Kirby Smart were able to do. Talking about patience, look across the way at Florida State. They could have pulled the trigger on Mike Norvell.
And trying to go get Prime.
And now, look at the season they had last year. Now they're one of the favorites to make the college football playoff because they gave him time.
So it's like I always say, patience aren't just for doctors. We need to remember that.
True.
All right, we got Chris Marler coming on here in a minute. But speaking about patience, if you're losing patience because your hair is just running away like Usain Bolt, or maybe you're scared about inheriting that thinning look because it runs in the family, thanks, Dad. Finally, there's a real solution that delivers on its promise without the harsh side effects, unwanted chemicals, and unpleasant smells. Let's be honest, you don't want your hair to stink, all right? Especially if you don't have any. But Provia, okay? Provia Hair Care, Provia, they use safe natural ingredient called Procapil to effectively target the three main causes of premature hair thinning and loss. Now, we'll say, in our family, we don't lose hair. It just turns gray. But I've got buddies, right, who are losing it like savings right now when it comes down to the economy. And you go through, you have all these different options, but you want to find out who the best is, and that's Provia, David.
It's preventative. Do it now so you don't have to get implants later.
Very true.
Whatever they say.
Yeah, implanted transplants. Explain, what are your thoughts on losing your hair?
Yeah, not a fan. Not a huge fan of it. So you need to get this done. I mean, what's kind of the first things people look at?
Yeah.
Teeth, eyes. Whether or not you have hair in your head.
Like we said yesterday, you want to walk in.
Yeah.
You want to walk. If you're over 40 and you're back in the dating game, or you're in your 30s and you're in the dating game still, you don't want to walk in there and look bald and ladies just look at you and look the other way. Let's be honest. It's a big deal. Okay, we can beat around the bush, all right? But if you don't have any hair, you're going to have to either be super rich, wear a hat all the time, or just have unbelievably striking features outside of that.
Absolutely. You know, walk in with a leg up.
And hair up.
You want your hair on your head, not in the shower drain.
Yeah, so take advantage of Provia's exclusive introductory summer package at proviahair.com. That's Provia hair.com/booster. That's BOOSTER. And surprise, surprise, if you enter promo code BOOSTER at checkout, you get an extra discount. Okay? How fantastic is that? So see results for yourself right now. Don't wait. That's proviahair.com/booster. All right, we should have Chris Marler here in 1 second. Justine, how are we doing on that? All right, cool. No answer. Let's go back to the Booster Club.
So let's go to Cole Frink, $2 donation. He says, Jake, if you do a barbecue comp, I will stop with the Trader Jake.
Barbecue competition?
I guess.
I'm so down. I will never turn down a barbecue. Are you talking about me, like enter something that I cooked in there? Or are we going baked ribs versus grilled ribs, all right, which are two totally different foods? And I will continue to say that, and I will die on that hill.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they're two totally different foods.
You know what? Let's ask Chris. Chris Marler, Saturday Down South, a.k.a. Vern Funquist. Okay, Chris. Okay, I respect your opinion. Grilled ribs, I don't know. I'm still asking myself that question. Grilled ribs versus baked ribs. Might as well be two different foods, right? Right? If I'm having mashed potatoes and scallop potatoes, those are two different types of potatoes.
It's a potato. You make it different ways. It's a potato.
There's not a single part of me that wants to agree with your brother on anything, Jake. Like on anything.
I respect that, Chris. So go ahead and agree with me. I can't wait.
But I agree with him on this one. I don't think they're that different.
We don't think they're that different. So grilled chicken, okay, versus oven-baked chicken, that's just the same thing then,
You're just
right?
saying chicken.
No.
Like you said chicken twice.
I'll
tell you what. Like, you know how you hear the stories about the brother who smothered the other one in the sleep when they're younger? You're like, how could that ever happen?
There's one in the Bible.
How could that ever happen?
One of the oldest ones.
Yeah, that actually happened. It's like the first time that happened.
Yeah.
But no,
That's
it's really
they have the same name, though. Pretty sure.
That's true.
That is very true. But, Chris, look.
Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay.
I'll be here all day.
Now you're heating up.
Be here all day, Chris.
Now you're heating up. Chris, we talked a little bit about Florida and Billy Napier earlier, and Florida fans need to be patient. You know, you look at what's going on around them and you want it. You know, it's like J.G. Wentworth, right? I want my money and I want it now. But sometimes your ass has to wait a little bit, okay? Yeah. Let that market get back up and you're going to get your bread back. Real quick, your thoughts on Billy Napier. Does he make it to year 3?
I think he makes it to year 3. I don't think any of the issues that Florida's having right now are necessarily all his fault. Like Mullen just didn't recruit, just refused to recruit, almost out of arrogance, and I don't really know why. But what Napier's doing, I almost feel like it's like maybe it could be a right guy, wrong timing, wrong situation type thing. Because Florida's never scheduled anybody in September. Anyone. Like they leave. It's like they have an ankle monitor. They just refuse to leave the state. And are somehow, for the first time since '91, going to Utah. You see that schedule for next year. It is awful. They're one of 4 teams in the SEC that have scheduled 2 Power 5 opponents for the next 5 to 10 years. And I don't know who did that to him, but it's going to be a very long road, especially with what Kirby's doing in Athens.
Yeah, whoever did the scheduling for Florida and Arkansas is masochistic, to say the least. And fun stat, under Urban Meyer, half of Florida's players had ankle monitors, but it's a story for another day. Chris, I've got to think. You're an Alabama fan. Obviously, we're all a fan of somebody. How do Alabama fans, and I've talked to my buddies, and they've given me pretty much similar answers. How do Alabama fans view Georgia right now? I mean, is it something where you're like looking up like that used to be us, or maybe like they're the new stepdad who came in and, they're not really your dad and you're pissed and you're just hanging out in your room listening to like Green Day and My Chemical Romance? Like, how's that going? What's that dynamic?
There's no one that's ever captured the essence of my entire being more than you right now, asking me about Alabama football and daddy issues, because that is just right up my alley. So that's good. No, I think the thing with Bama, if you're asking me, which I pride myself on trying to be at least rational most of the time. You do, and I'm an Auburn fan. We're all fans of somebody, but we can be non-biased. So the thing with like most Bama fans is I don't think that they're non-biased. I think they're very irrational. I think they're very, very entitled. I think it's some of the worst fans in the country just because of the success they've had, like like paired with some of like the most arrogant people imaginable, right? You've been to the state of Alabama, obviously. You've been around Bama fans. I think when you look at Georgia, the probably the mindset is one of two things. It's one is, well, I mean, they're in the mountaintop now, and I think that's like how I feel. Kirby is the best coach in the country, in my opinion. They're doing it better than Alabama's doing it right now. They are the premier program. They are the standard. They're at the mountaintop. I don't know if you ask their fans if their fans really know they're at the mountaintop the way they behave. I really don't think they get it. Like, they are the premier program, and sometimes I think you have such a little brother attitude for 40 years or 41 years, whatever it was, in between championships that you don't really even know how to act. I think that's probably part of it. The other part of it is if you're more of an arrogant Bama fan, you take a step back. I know what happened in the Natty. I fully get it. I know they didn't play last year and what Georgia's done, but you're 2-7 against Saban since he's been there. If you're UGA, and you're 1-4 if you're Kirby Smart against Nick Saban with that last win coming in the Natty. I think that if, like, optimistically you look at if somehow they get to Atlanta, don't let Bama beat Georgia in Atlanta like they tend to always do. Because then that whole narrative changes back to what it was, which is that's still the premier program. Nick Saban's still daddy. And you're now 5-1 against Kirby, who, despite all the things I just said, glowing praise for him, you're now just 1-5 against them.
Yeah. So basically, if Georgia's Superman now, Alabama is the kryptonite, at least compared to what we've seen other teams be able to do, including TCU getting their pants pulled down in front of the whole high school at the musical last year in the national championship game. Blaine, what you got?
It's never fun. I got a question here. You always have the preseason teams that are the darlings. What was it last year? It was A&M. It was NC State. I believe Miami was up there too. So which preseason team now do you think is going to kind of match their hype? Well, that's Penn State, Florida State, Texas. If you had to put your stock in one of those teams to come and actually fulfill the achievement this year, Chris, what team would that be?
God, I forgot about NC State last year. That's such a good deep cut. I love all three teams you just mentioned, to be honest. I think that Penn State's not getting near enough love just because of the fact that they play in the same division as Ohio State and Michigan. The last one you said there is the one that I'm going to highlight.
I agree. Do it. Say it, Chris.
I'm so high on Texas because I'm so high on Sark. I think Sark is such a good play caller, and I've said this over and over and over again. I think that Texas beats Bama in week 2. Even if I'm an Alabama
I'm starting to lean that way. I'm starting to lean that way, Chris.
Quarterback situation. Like, I don't think that Bama will have the quarterback situation figured out. And then you look at what Texas has. Sarkisian is a really, really good offensive mind. I think he's one of the top 2 offensive minds in all of college football, him and Lane Kiffin. And the way he can get guys open, the way he can scheme dudes open, and what he's able to do when he has dudes. And he has dudes in Austin for the first time in, I think, or at least more than he's had there. With Quinn Ewers, you got 5 stars everywhere on the offense. You got Jatavian Sanders at tight end. You got an offensive line that returns all 5 starters.
That's the biggest thing.
A.D. Mitchell's coming in, one of the most heralded running backs in the class, or last year's recruiting class coming in. Texas is going to be really good. Can they avoid the pitfalls of like the whole 12 game, which is kind of like a bear of a Big 12 schedule for whatever reason? It seems like every year. I'm really high on Texas.
Yeah, I'm right now, Chris. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, I wait to make predictions. I think Texas has a chance to be in the college football playoff. And I know people say, "Oh, here we go again. Texas is back." No, I haven't said Texas is going to do anything in forever. So, and again, that's the best part about this being recorded. You look up front. Sarkisian said something yesterday, David, and you guys will understand this. Number one, Quinn Ewers is going into his second full year, basically, of being the quarterback. That's when they take the biggest step. Then you have an offensive line. Sark said yesterday that finally I think we're going to be able to run the ball well enough where I can utilize the passing game the way I want to. What does that mean? Play action, play action, play action, play action. Bijan Robinson made plays on his own last year. Yeah. You were very young up front. You returned 5 out of 6 of your playmakers at wide receiver, including Xavier Worthy, who's 100% witch. If he was born in Salem, they would have burned his ass to death in the 1600s. You look at A.D. Mitchell coming over from Georgia. I tell you what, man, defensively, I love the Ford kid. I love what they have up front. Texas a problem. They're a problem.
Chris, one more question. Do you think is this the year for Lincoln Riley and USC to make it to the playoffs?
Listen, I think they're going to be improved based off his cooking solely. We saw him make a tuna yesterday on Twitter
Yeah,
and he's gotten better on the grill. It seems like. Or
I agree.
He was that thing in. I think that was well rare, as our good buddy Wes Blankenship put it, which was a perfect way to describe that.
Well rare.
I don't think they make the playoff. I think the Pac-12 is the second best conference, top to bottom, in the country this year, and I don't necessarily think it's even that super close because the Big Ten is so top heavy. The way that schedule lines up, that is not an easy schedule. I think they get 3 games in a row where you got to go to Oregon. They come back and I think they have Washington. I believe I'm spouting this off the top of my head. I probably should have researched this more before I said it out loud, since we're being recorded. But they have a schedule that is more difficult, I think, than the last 2 years they've had. That defense was atrocious last year. I wish that they would have gotten in the playoff, just because I think it could have been potentially worse. They would have given up more points to Georgia, I think, than TCU did.
I agree.
How bad that defense was. So I don't. This is the year for them.
Their last 6 games: at Notre Dame, Utah at home, at Cal, Washington at home, at Oregon, UCLA at home.
Utah, they just cannot get past those guys.
That's not fun.
Hey, speaking about the Big 12, there were some shots fired by the commish Brett Yormark yesterday when he said Texas and Oklahoma have not carried this conference in recruiting, which is just factually not true. But getting back to how high you are on Texas, will Texas or Oklahoma win this conference as a last farewell, or are you taking the field here?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I'm taking Texas especially because of the high praise I've already given them. The new Big 12 is basically just like grown-up Maction. It's like they've brought in Cincinnati, they brought in UCF, they brought in BYU and all these other fun teams. But let's just call a spade a spade. It's not anywhere close to the other main conferences besides maybe the ACC. I think Texas is like what you said is most important, right? They recruited better than anyone else. That is factually untrue that they haven't carried the conference in recruiting. And recruiting is what wins in college football nowadays. And again, when you pair that with, like I said, with what I think they have with Sark, I would take Texas. I think Oklahoma is as average as they were last year, is also still separated in terms of having dudes on that roster than other Big 12 teams.
Mm-hmm. Up to the Big Ten, a question in 2 parts. Should Northwestern have fired Pat Fitzgerald, and would there be a worse replacement than Ed Orgeron?
Coach O. I just picture Coach O doing this the most 1980s before cable television types, just going up with an LSU jersey or old shirt and just putting an in over it and just pretending to do Northwestern stuff. I think there's not a worse fit. There's not a worse fit. I don't know if he could spell Northwestern. I mean, I can barely spell it, so there's that. Should they have fired him? I will say yes for 2 reasons. And I don't know all the things that went in that locker room. You guys have been in locker rooms your whole life as I was, all throughout high school, college, all that kind of stuff. That was never a culture that I was around. And I don't understand it. I don't understand how it seemed like every single thing was somehow involved someone being naked or was sexual in nature. I thought it was very odd. That being said, when you send a kid off to go play college football or college sports in general, and you are sitting in someone's home with their mom and dad, recruiting them and telling them you're going to go take care of their son for the next 3, 4, 5 years, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be molding young boys into men when they leave college. And when you put them in an environment that is seemingly unsafe and could be scarring, that alone is the worst part. The main reason he should be fired, I'm not even throw all that stuff aside, even, which sounds awful, but throw that aside. The dude was 4-20 in the last 2 years.
Went 1-11 last year. Yeah,
he went 1-11 last year. They haven't won a P5 football game. I think I saw the other day in the last
since Nebraska and Ireland.
1,000 years, 1,000 days, not 1,000 years.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been 1,000 years of the Persian Empire.
In this day and age, there's no reason he still had a job, and I just didn't understand where that part was coming from, because it's dude, if you're 4-20 in the 1-11, you lost their only win was in week 0 against Nebraska. Yeah, when they had to come from behind. That was the worst team in Power 5. That's why he should have been fired at the very least. But yeah, I think he had to go. It's very odd timing, though.
Very true. Chris, you have a magazine that just came out right now. Please tell everybody where they can find that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So we actually, we've been, you guys are also college football junkies, so you get it. I've been buying college football magazines since I was a kid, Preview magazine and stuff like that. Finally just went and made my own with a good buddy of mine named Josh Hanchard. It's at a website called Dog Sets. You 3 get a free one. Actually, Dave and Jake, you two get a free one. Because the Tebow take. I'm still not over the Tebow take.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's unforgivable. You already agreed with me once today. That's all I needed.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair. No, but so go to dogstats.com. It'll be on my Twitter later today at Vern Funquist on Twitter and Instagram. Really excited about it. Put a lot of hard work into it. And yeah, so outside of Highlights magazines, this will be the second magazine I've owned.
Definitely. Well, man, I know it's going to be fantastic. You guys do a great job over there at Saturday Down South and College Football Uncensored. Obviously, anything you guys do, you do it to the max and do it really well. Chris, it's always fun, buddy. The season's right around the corner, even though it really never leaves. We appreciate you getting up with us, talking some ball, my friend.
Of course, guys. I'll see you on Nashville.
All right, man. Let's do it. Chris Marler, one of the good ones, man. Make sure you give him a follow at
One of the good
ones on Twitter. Before we move on, we're going to play a little college football quick hitch here with the Big 12. I do want to let everybody know, all right, our friends over at Genucel sold out of their dark spot corrector, and our listeners have been begging for a restock. Well, guess what? Hold the phone. They done did it.
Wow.
They done did it just in time for summer. It's back in stock. Thank you guys for blowing up Genucel. I'm telling you, the Booster Club, I got a ton of emails about it as well. Their famous dark spot corrector has not one, but 3 cutting-edge ingredients and goes to work fast to target sunspots, dark spots, liver spots, and even old discoloration, both on your hands and face. For men and women, it's a great product. It's a safe product. It's the perfect time for you to grab it right now. You can enjoy your summer sun, beach, and barbecues without embarrassing spots. It features summer essentials like the best-selling Ultra Retinol Moisturizer with powerful retinol alternative for safe use in the sun. Dave, yeah,
twice a day, baby.
There you go.
Morning and night.
My fiance loves it.
The Genucel
4 times a day, baby.
4 times a day.
4 times a day, baby.
Guess what?
Morning, brunch,
Guess what?
lunch,
5 times a day.
dinner. That's
believe it. 5
crazy
times a
because
day.
I
I
was
don't
actually
believe it.
lying 6 times a day.
That's incredible.
Look at my face.
I'm having doubts.
Look at my side profile.
Right there. That's a good side. That's a really good side profile. So go to Genucel.com. That's GENUCEL.com/booster right now to get your dark spot corrector and Genucel's most popular package. That's Genucel.com/booster right now. And listen to me now. You save over 70%.
What?
Off Genucel's most popular package.
7%?
That's more free than it's not.
7%?
70.
70?
70.
I can't even believe that.
All right, that's GENUCEL.com/booster right now and save 70%. And all orders will include a mystery luxury gift while supplies last. Genucel.com.
Hold on, this is a Family Guy mystery box situation?
It's a mystery luxury gift.
Look, you buy the dark spot corrector, you're getting a dark spot corrector, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a dark spot corrector.
It could be a light spot incorrect.
It could be a ray gun.
It could be anything.
I wish it could be a grill gun. I really wish it could be that.
Don't we all turn?
Really wish it could be that. All right, let's get to the college football quick hitch.
College football quick hitch. What's more likely edition? And this is Big 12 because of the Big 12 media days. Who wants to go first? What's more likely?
I'll go first.
Go first,
What
Mike.
you got over there?
Which is more likely? TCU to go undefeated in the regular season,
Oh boy, the other one.
or one of the new teams to win the Big 12?
Oh God, that is tough.
It's got to be TCU.
It
doesn't
would
it?
have
to- It has to be?
TCU.
It has to
be. It has to be. BYU's not going undefeated.
UCF?
Keaton Slovis will be hurt by week 4.
Well,
What's
you
Gus
didn't say-
Malzahn going to inside zone everybody to death?
Hey,
I don't believe.
the quarterback plays
I like
baseball,
John
too.
Reese Plumlee. I like him. It's a great story, but so is Hansel and Gretel and Little Red Riding Hood, and look what happened to them.
story.
Not that UCF down the road can't do it, but not this year. Houston still needs some more time. I love the transfer they have from Texas Tech at quarterback. Again, I would buy them out of the 4 teams down the stretch, and then I'll get to Cincinnati. I'm going to get to that.
I'd have to go with TCU as well. You'd have to in that
You'd have to.
scenario.
To
Which
go
I don't think
undefeated.
Either one of those.
You,
would happen.
you lost Max Duggan. You lost your receiver.
So you're going to
lost
say
your
you
running
think there's a
back.
better chance that one of the new teams wins the Big 12
I think
this year?
UCF could do it. I
You
think
watch your
UCF
mouth.
could do it.
That's
You
a
need to
tough
watch
one.
your mouth.
Way to start out hot right out of the gate.
All right, I got one for you guys.
Let's hear it.
Neil Brown gets fired, head coach of West Virginia, or Cincinnati goes 4-8.
Ooh. Timeout in the game.
I would say there's more of a chance that Neil Brown gets fired.
Pull it. You got Cincinnati's schedule pulled up, Lane?
Yeah, I would say there's more chance that Neil Brown gets fired.
Let's go through Cincinnati.
I mean, you have Eastern Kentucky week 1.
Okay, I'll give him that one.
You go to Pittsburgh.
loss.
That's never fun. That's never fun.
That's a loss to me. I know.
Yeah, Miami, Ohio. Shout out Roethlisberger.
The Red Hawks.
State next?
Then you have Oklahoma at home.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Then you go to BYU. It's never fun. Iowa State at home. Baylor at home. Okay, you go to Oak State. UCF at home. You go to Houston. You go to West Virginia. And you got Kansas at home to finish it.
I'm telling you, 4-8, that's not a crazy take. I looked at the schedule yesterday. You better beat Iowa State. You better beat Iowa State, and you better beat West Virginia. You better handle business against Miami, Ohio, and Eastern Kentucky. All right, that's 4. That's 4. They could legitimately go 4-8. I think if me picking one, I do think, though, they probably go 5-7. Maybe they get to 6-6 and make a bowl game. But unfortunately, and I like Neil Brown, I think he's Gonzo the Clown after this year at West Virginia.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's gone.
It's rough.
All right, my first one. What's more likely? Kansas wins 8 games or Kansas State repeats as Big 12 champions?
I need Kansas' schedule. I mean, K-State, I know you lost that little wizard in Deuce Vaughn, but I like the Will Howard kid at quarterback. I like the way
Kansas State wins 8 games.
Preaches that physicality.
I say Kansas State winning the Big 12.
Okay, you want Kansas Jayhawks schedule? Missouri State.
Win.
Illinois, home.
Ooh.
At Nevada.
Win.
BYU, home. At Texas. Central Florida, home. At Oak State. Oklahoma, home. At Iowa State. Texas Tech and Kansas State back-to-back, both at home, and you end at Cincinnati.
Oh, it smells like 7-5 for Kansas to me. Oh, it smells like, and I love Jalen Daniels. I know he's rocking a $50,000 chain with an Apple Watch playing his highlights on it at Big 12 Media Days. I respect it.
Doesn't fix your defense.
Yeah, it doesn't fix their defense. I think what Coach Leipold's doing out there is unbelievably impressive. Him and I think Mike Elko at Duke did 2 of the best coaching jobs last year in all of college football.
Yeah.
I know Kirby won it. I get it. I understand that. I know how it plays. Mike Elko, to me, was the coach of the year, but that's a story for another day. I'm going to say K-State repeats is more likely.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. All right, which is more likely? Texas Tech to win 9 games or Baylor to win 9 games? Let's roll through these schedules.
Give me Joey McGuire and the boys.
Roll through these schedules real quick.
Give me Joey McGuire and the boys. I'm already giving you my answer. Tyler Shook, surprise player of the year.
Texas Tech, week 1, you're at Wyoming. You have Oregon at home.
I think win. I said I think they're going to win that game.
Week 3, I don't even know what team that is. All right, but they're going to win.
What is it, Tarleton?
Tarleton, yes.
Dude, don't sleep on Tarleton. I'm just telling you.
Sounds like a toothpaste.
Yeah, well, it tastes like
Week 4,
surprise.
You're at West Virginia. Week 5, Houston at home. Week 6, you're at Baylor. Then you have Kansas State at home. You're at BYU. TCU at home. At Kansas. UCF at home. Then at Texas.
I'm going to hop on the Texas Tech.
You need to get on it with me.
Red Raiders.
Let me read the Baylor schedule.
Get on it. You need to get on it with me. One Punch Man and Baylor. I love them, but
here's Baylor's schedule. All right, Texas State week 1.
Win.
Utah at home. Week 2.
Loss.
Week 3, don't even know. You're going to win. Week 4, Texas at home. Week 5, on the road at UCF. Then you got Texas Tech at home. You're at Cincinnati. Iowa State at home. Houston at home. At Kansas State. At TCU, West Virginia at home.
So what was your question again? Who's going to
9 games? Basically? Which is more likely to win 9 games?
Give me Texas Tech.
All right.
I have a bonus one here because you and I are right in line comparing Texas Tech and Baylor. Mine was going to be what's more likely, Texas Tech beats Oregon or Baylor beats Utah, because they both have those Pac-12 matchups early in the season. You've already said Texas Tech's going to beat Oregon.
Yes.
But Baylor loses to Utah. What do you say, Blaine?
Where is...
They're both at home.
Give me Baylor.
To beat Utah before Texas Tech beats Oregon.
Yep. I think Oregon's going to be just a better football team.
All right, here's my last one, and you asked Chris this one. I think it's a great question. Which is more likely, Texas or Oklahoma wins the Big 12 or the field? And guys, I'm just really right now, the Spidey senses,
Texas.
my Tobey Maguire's going off right now. I've got 3 of my 4 playoff teams, I think. That, and again, it's not official. Well, I will officially put it out when I do it. But right now, I think you're going to have Georgia. I think you're going to have Michigan. And I think you're going to have Texas in the college football playoff.
I don't hate that pick. I don't think Oklahoma's going to win the conference. So to me, it becomes Texas or the field. Man, I would probably take the field. All of those teams want to keep Texas and Oklahoma from winning this
I know,
conference
last
before
hurrah
they
at
leave.
Texas.
But I do like the
Big
roster
12.
that Texas has right now. I would take the field if I was a gun to my
I'm going
head.
Texas.
Yeah, field for sure. For sure. Texas,
Look,
Texas will blow it.
And I know Oklahoma has Dylan Gabriel, but he ain't the Archangel.
Mhm.
All right. And that's what I think they're going to need. Even though Venables, I like Venables down the road. I like the way they're
Yeah,
kind of under the
100%.
radar a little bit. I think going into the SEC, Oklahoma can actually do a little bit more damage maybe than Texas. I got to see what happens with Arch Manning. I want to see him because I think Quinn's gone after this year. I think Quinn's gone after this year. I think Malik Murphy's going to leave and probably transfer to someplace where he can play against Texas. But right now, man, I really like this Texas team. The more I look into them, and I know, again, cue the jokes.
They're back,
Right.
baby.
Stop.
They're back,
I never
everybody.
said, I never, ever.
They're back.
When's the last time I said Texas?
Well, if they make it to the playoffs, they're back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you said they're going to make the
No,
playoffs.
but you're saying it in a very condescending tone. I don't like that.
Okay, how do you going? They're back.
There you go. It's good.
That's not better.
I like that better.
Throw it out.
Great
I like
Throw it
that
out.
better.
Throw it
Anybody
away.
have any
Throw
more?
it away.
Anybody
I
have
got
any
one more.
All right, good.
Because we're talking about, there's a lot of conversation about this could be the last installment of Bedlam we see with Oklahoma leaving.
Shoot, Mike Gundy said
Mike
this so
Gundy,
fast.
not happy yesterday. Oklahoma State rivalry may come to an end. So what's more likely? Oklahoma State wins Bedlam this season, or Iowa State has a winning season?
Ooh, give me Oklahoma State. Listen, Matt Campbell, and I'm going to say it again, and I like that he's a great guy, okay? And I know for some reason his name pops up every time a big job opens. Matt Campbell may be the most overrated coach in America. Maybe the most overrated one. There, I said it. Nobody else wants to say it because everybody just anointed him the golden child. After Iowa State had one good year. Go, bring up Iowa State. Bring
That's
up Iowa
crazy.
State's
I
record.
already got it pulled up.
You do, can I tell you, that's why, you know what? That's why you are Flaming Dragon.
I appreciate that.
All right, let's go.
You have UNI week 1. All right, then you have Iowa at home. You go to Ohio. Oak State at home. Go
To Ohio, which, like Ohio, the
The
Bobcats?
Buckeyes?
Like the Bobcats.
Oh.
They're going to Ohio.
I would say Ohio State.
I know that, but they're
he
going
wouldn't.
to. I'm not worried about whether it's. They're going
To
to.
Ohio, correct.
So you play Northern Iowa. Shout out Kurt Warner. That's not a walk in the park
No.
by any
Then
stretch.
you
of
play
the imagination.
Iowa.
Then you play Iowa, who
Then you-
Cade McNamara is going to be painting pretty pictures over there.
Then you play Ohio. Then you play Oak State. Then you play Oklahoma. You have TCU at home. You go to Cincinnati. You go to Baylor. Kansas at home. You go to BYU. Texas at home. And you go to Kansas State.
Man, Iowa's going to win 2-3 games. Iowa State, I'm sorry. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they
win
went
2-3
they
games.
went 4-8 last
Tough
year.
sledding, man.
Wait, can you go through Matt Campbell like the last 4 years at Iowa State?
Yeah, give me a second.
Here.
That's because, and again, I like the guy, but sometimes good guys finish last. Just the truth. Because I know Iowa State, man.
So his record is 46-42.
But look, the last couple of years.
So he went
So
3-9 his first year. You got it over there?
Yeah. So last 4 years. So I mean, 2019 he went 7-6. 2020 9-3. 2021 7-6. 2022 went 4-8.
Yes, and everybody, and again, I'm not saying he's a horrible coach, but they put him in the upper echelon. Remember, he's going to Notre Dame. He's going to be Notre Dame's head coach. He's one of the best coaches in the country, one of the best up and coming. You better do something this year.
Yeah.
You better do something.
I agree.
Because it's one thing to just be a good coach. All right, Matt Campbell, I think, is a good coach. He is not a great coach. And I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. But, and I know Iowa State, they love their football out there. I coached in that state
Brock
before. But I'm just telling you, man, I don't believe in this Matt Campbell train. I don't believe in it. I just don't.
I don't believe in it either. Shall we get to the Booster Club?
Let's get to him.
Let's go to Brad. He wanted to go ahead and throw the other $2 donation in there. He said, sorry, spelled the name wrong. But Coney, it's on.
Okay.
Oh, it's
a bet.
on.
It's
It's
on.
a bet.
Brad.
It's a bet. Lock it in.
Let's go to Ryan Gade. Ryan, we talked about this $5 donation. What is going on with the Bob Huggins saga? My only reaction is WTF. I love Hugs, but what the heck is he even doing?
No, I think the train's just gone off the rails. He said, look, I'm not going.
I'm not leaving.
He said, my wife.
Stand my ground.
Yeah, he said, my wife can send whatever text she wants. I'm not resigning. And they're
What
like,
do you
nah,
think that
Bob, like,
conversation
you
was like?
got to leave.
What do you think
man.
that conversation was like?
You want to talk
about
about somebody when
if
he gets.
she sent the text message, Bob's resigning.
And you got hit with a couple DUIs, you may be a little
Listen.
lost in the sauce.
Bob's going to resign. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I bet the animals are scared.
Stand your ground, Bob. You stand your ground. Let's go to Matty Ice, 1994. Joe Milton versus Spencer Rattler. Who does it better this year? Give me Spencer.
Give me Spencer. Give me
I'm
Spencer.
gonna go Spencer Rattler
Yeah,
too.
give me Spencer Rattler. Because I've seen Spencer Rattler
keep
do
your
it.
composure.
I've seen Spencer Rattler do it.
composure.
And I know what Tennessee did against Clemson in the bowl game. Okay, but it's different when you're the guy going into the year. That's a different flavor of ice cream. And if South Carolina gets into the year Spencer Rattler, as opposed to the beginning of the year Spencer Rattler,
It's gonna be a problem all
It's gonna
year
be
in
a
the
problem.
SEC if that's the case.
Because
I don't know, closer to the season, though, I may give Tennessee the benefit of the doubt. Y'all know how I am. This is my new home
you
state,
got this
you know,
weird Tennessee syndrome.
Might just take them to make the playoff.
Yeah,
you know.
you've got like fetal Tennessee
No,
syndrome.
they won't do then.
No, The less expectations, the better Tennessee plays. Let's go to Travis Elrod. Which coach has the hottest seat going into the season
In all college football?
in all college football?
Neil Brown.
Neil Brown. I like that one.
Neil.
Look, man,
Brown.
I gotta go with Billy Napier, like we were talking about.
God,
God, it just feels like Jimbo Fisher to me.
I don't
really?
think so that
Feels
all
like
the money
Jimbo.
they paid him.
So if he goes 5-7 this year, you think they fire him?
I think they do.
Really?
They don't care about money, David. It's Texas A&M. They're past money.
You say that.
They're past money.
Hey, they
That's that oil
they got
money.
that rich by caring a lot about money.
That's exactly
It's
right.
that oil money. It just keeps on coming.
I think Blaine thinks of like Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood. Like they're just sitting in there in their bowling
You talking about when
alley.
I drink your milkshake?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Drainage.
Yeah.
Let's go to Texas Ed. What is more likely? Iowa State does worse than West Virginia.
Give me West Virginia. God. To do better, sorry.
Texas Ed.
West Virginia is still a tough place to go win football.
They are. Give me West Virginia. I think West Virginia wins 4.
Like, you go play West Virginia at home, you're going to get it.
Yeah,
For
They're
Country
burning
roads.
couches out there, bud.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go to Mad Veg. Which college team is trending in the right direction, but nobody's talking about them?
Which college team's trending in the right direction?
I think it's Texas Tech. I mean, I think that's an easy answer. Oregon State.
Look, I still think Shane Beamer at South Carolina, he's going to have them going in the right
Yeah,
direction. for a while.
South Carolina. I do see a lot of people talking about South Carolina. I tell you the one to me that. What about? And look, I still don't think they have expectations. Vandy.
You know why?
No.
You know why, Jay?
No.
You know why?
No.
Do you know why, David?
No.
Because they have big, huge expectations.
No, they don't.
Okay,
That's
well,
why.
No, they
that
don't.
aside, maybe
No,
Duke.
they don't.
Duke.
Duke trending
I like
A
up.
nice
that
little
call.
pick this year.
I like that
Trending
call.
Duke.
Okay.
Okay.
How about Kentucky?
Nah.
Hmm?
Nah.
A boy from NC State in there slinging it around.
Devin Leary,
Devin Leary.
after you just talked about NC State letting everybody down last year, what do you think Devin Leary's
Well,
going to do?
Devin didn't have a great year. I know that, but I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now?
Right now.
I
Kentucky.
don't think so.
I am going to
Trending
watch
up.
more Kentucky football with him being the quarterback this season.
So-
I am intrigued.
No.
So basically, what you're telling me is that it's trending up.
No, that's not it.
Let's go to Anthony Henriksen. Okay, he wants to know what's more likely: Braves win the World Series, or the Jets go to the Super Bowl.
Braves win the World Series. Are you kidding me?
Chop on.
Oh my gosh.
what?
The Braves are on
Just-
absolute
Just for
fire.
that. Hold on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Y'all know what time it is. Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait. What a first half. Ronald Acuna may hit 40 and steal and
I don't know. Yeah, your
steal
team
60 bases.
Your team's
Our
playing
team's
really good
doing
right
really
now.
well.
Your team's
Both of my
Yeah, the
favorite
Braves,
teams are leading
your
their
team,
divisions.
Yeah.
Cohn, I still can't believe you did
Yeah,
that.
you really did do that.
Look, man.
You know,
Stop hosting Pride
I've
Nights.
been mad at you before, but I've never been disappointed.
I just played the chop music. I just played the
Don't
chop
try and come
That makes it worse,
Try and
David.
come back.
Does it?
It makes it
You
worse.
go out, and you kiss another girl.
Yeah, I'll tell you
and
what.
then you come back and just try and whisper
You
sweet
really want to
nothings
put me in a
me.
bind? Let the Braves play the Rangers in the World Series.
That's gonna put you in a bind. I
Yeah,
hope the
that's
Braves
gonna
win
put-
That's all I need to know. That's all I
it.
need
You
to
just
know.
told yourself.
That's
mean,
all
look
I
at
need
this
to
gear
know.
that we
You
got
told
set.
yourself.
Take me
Look at
out
the
to
gear.
a
Look at
night.
the new
You
gear
take
we
me
got
out
set
to a
here.
nice
No.
seafood dinner.
I got something for you.
And never call me
Stop
again.
hosting Pride Nights.
Hey, I got
Play
something for you.
baseball.
David, I got something for you.
Tell me.
You need this right now. We all know when our favorite sports teams play a rival, it's easy to be feeling stressed and anxious.
Stress.
Or when one of your buddies, who's a diehard Braves fan,
Yeah.
all of a sudden just pulls a Judas on you and starts rooting for the Rangers. How do you wind down after
Hold
that?
on, Jake. Something's sticking out of your back right now.
Yeah, can you please get it?
Stop that.
It's killing me. Oh wait, it's a sword. It's a sword that David plunged in my back. Well, guess
play the
what?
music.
Something I've found to help me after your betrayal is the Hallow app.
That's good.
All right. They offer an incredible range.
good.
They offer an incredible range of meditations, such as gratitude and centering prayer and forgiveness, which I'm still working on after a long and stressful day of being betrayed by David Cohn. You can also choose from different lengths of meditation to fit your schedule, whether you have a few minutes or an hour. And with its user-friendly interface and hundreds of guided meditations, the Hallow app has quickly become a go-to resource for people seeking peace from unbelievable betrayals, tranquilities, spiritual growth, and healing from what David Cohn did to them as friends. So, download the app for free at hallow.com/booster. That's HALLOW.com/booster. You can set meditation or prayer reminders and track your progress along the way. What do you think about
Guess
that,
what?
David?
Joke's on you, because when I made my decision beforehand, I went to the Hallow app. And guess what it said to me? It said, don't support baseball teams that have Pride Night. And then it said, be a Texas Rangers fan. And I set the reminder, and it told me again
Are
later.
you saying God told you to be a Texas Rangers fan? Is that what you're telling me?
Look, man, if the shoe fits, you got to wear that thing.
So what are you waiting for? Download the Hallow app today.
Who knows what it'll tell you?
Who do you want to root for? They'll tell you. Hallow.com/booster. That's hallow.com/booster for an exclusive 3-month free trial of all 6,000 prayers and meditations. Hallow.com/booster. Let's get back to the Booster Club.
Let's go to Brad. I don't want to
Again.
say his last name because I'm gonna mess it up, so I keep calling him Brad. $5 donation, appreciate it, Brad. Can we up the stakes?
Whoa, he's already wanting to up the stakes.
And have you sing the Ohio State fight song if you lose? Or was that already the stakes?
That wasn't the.
I thought the stakes were you have to say it.
Yeah.
Now he wants you to sing the fight song.
Look, I'll sing it. I still have to sing the Georgia fight song to David Pollack.
Your DP, that's right. You never
I
did
came
that.
ready to
Oh,
sing.
yeah,
He never
yeah.
made good on the bet.
Yeah, that's true.
Golly. But
Who
now
didn't
that
make-
Michigan's added a beat Georgia period, maybe we can go double or nothing.
I like this.
Wow. Let's go to Cole Frink, $2 donation, #Trader Jake. Said you called your wife Reed your fiance.
No, I didn't.
You're in trouble.
Oh, boy.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
boy.
No, I
You're-
didn't.
Look, I'm just
When
a
did
messenger. I'm just a messenger, all right? I'm just
Look,
No, that
Look,
PJ
man.
and them just said I didn't.
He's
You lost
newly
your-
married.
Well, PJ also
Newly
doesn't have the
married,
drill gun.
And
in here,
fiance
so
is a
trust.
fun word. You know, he's.
I didn't say fiance. I said wife. Look at this.
You hit the
ring.
over on
Put a
the-
ring on. I'm basically Frodo Baggins right now. Except when I put my ring on, I don't disappear.
Let's go to Texas Ed, #Ask Crain and Co. What Big 12 team is most likely to become a blue blood after Texas and Oklahoma leave? Maybe Houston or TCU?
Look, I think Kansas State's
Kansas
up there
State.
too,
I like
man.
Kansas
I mean,
State, too.
you look at, I love the physical mindset, the mentality they have over there. I think it's got longevity. Kleiman coming over from North Dakota State. I would say Kansas State. I think they could fill the vacuum.
Okay, I like that. Reed said she heard it, but she knows it was an honest mistake. She'll see you at the house.
What?
Your bags are in the front yard.
She packed it all? Nice. That's nice of her.
When did I say that?
So look, man, obviously you said it.
Your
Can't-
bags are out front.
She's my wife.
Your bags are out front. All right, let's go to the house that Cody
Mason
built.
Millie's out there.
The house that Cody built. It says, Iowa is trending in the right direction. They'll be the most efficient offense in the nation and will have a nasty defense. You don't really believe that, do you?
Cody, listen.
I was going to be better, man.
They're
Cade
going to be better.
McNamara.
It's going to be tough to be worse on offense.
Yeah, what is
True.
better?
That's
Iowa's defense is always
We're going to
just
score 14 points a
absolute
game?
witchery. I mean, Riley Moss, loved interviewing
Haru.
him, talking to him. Haru, the Great White Ninja. Look, Iowa doesn't have to be this super explosive offense, but you can't be that. You can't be what you were. And I think Cade McNamara is an upgrade. I mean, Petrus at quarterback last year, every time I watched him, I got worse. So, I mean, yeah, I think you could say they're trending in the right direction, but that doesn't mean, what direction is that? You know, it's not the goal, it's not the yellow brick road. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you didn't find the golden ticket to Wonka's factory, because you can go outside and look around and not be embarrassed.
I'm not saying I'm going to judge you. I'm just saying other people might. You know, that's what it comes down to.
To what? To when the fiance thinks
No,
so?
I'm talking about Iowa.
Okay, good. I want to move
No,
past that as quickly
Get it out,
as
yeah.
possible.
Get out of your head. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Nathan Johnson. What's more likely? Yankees in the World Series. That'll never happen. Jets in the Super Bowl. The New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals. Or the Knicks in the NBA Finals.
Give me the Rangers instead.
I like the Rangers in the
Give me the
Stanley Cup
Rangers.
Finals, man.
For sure.
Shesterkin in goal. few pieces away, I think.
Yeah, I would go Rangers.
I would say probably, the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think so, because the Yankees are definitely not making it because they can't hit.
Agree, and they CNN you.
Yeah, and they're seeing in me. I don't know. It's just like when it comes to hockey, like, I don't know, for some reason, whatever new team that gets created next year is probably
Expansion team?
They're probably going to have the best players ever to be assembled. So other than
Brilliant
that,
strategy.
other than that, I don't really know. Let's go to the Hayfords. He wants everybody to know that Blaine is the GOAT, and he's a birthday. So happy birthday to the Hayfords. Happy birthday, and thank you for
Happy
calling me
level
the
up
GOAT. I
day?
appreciate
Happy
that.
birthday. Happy level up day, and we know that's not true.
It kind of is true. Let's go to Texas Ed. TCU starting the quarterback that they started last year with. Max Duggan came in because of injury.
Yep, it's Chandler Morris. It's Chad Morris's kid.
How much do we believe in that?
Got to stay healthy. I think he's a good player, but you got to prove it to me. I'm on that train. Texas Ed, a lot of great questions today. All right, let's get to bets. All right, brought to you by DraftKings. So, still waiting on I'm to the point where I'm waiting on to bet Major League Baseball. If football needs to hurry up. So give me the Scottish Open and give me Victor Hovland, because at some point he may be from Sweden or the Netherlands, but you can look at his face and tell he's from Scotland at some point. So give me him over Tyrell Hatton. That's -110. And then Shane Lowry, who's 100% Irish, which is like right next to it, over Justin Rose, who I wouldn't trust. Well, I like young Justin. Young Justin was really nice. But give me Shane Lowry over Justin Rose. It's going off at -120. Just give me Thu.
All right, man. Look, I'm going to take women's tennis today.
Ooh, I
don't know how this is going to go. Sabalenka money line -170 and Von Tarasova money line -145. Let's go with those.
What's her name? Fran Sivananad.
She was
really good, though.
That was her changeup.
Yeah,
really good.
that was her changeup.
Super lost, man. Give me the Hawks,
man.
Give me the Hawks +1. A little summer league basketball. I know that you know that we both don't know. Let's go to the Hawks +104 and the Bulls +158.
Yep, Ace. He's going to go 76ers money line. That's -140, and the Kings at a dirty -130.
Also, y'all know what I found today, right? Before I left the house?
That sword you stabbed me with?
No, I would never. I found a note today before I left the house.
Oh, is it from Ace?
Yeah. This is what it says. Y'all thought I forgot, but that ain't the case. June crowned a champ, and his name's Baby Ace. Yeah, last month was hot, but July's a sauna. My money's so long, I ran out of commas. Also, thanks to Mom for my lunches. Turkey's the best. It's nonstop action driving this Nerfy Express.
Dude, that's pretty Ace has bars.
He's out here spinning lazy Susans.
Dude, that got me. I literally
Spinning
spit
lazy
coffee out of it. It's the first time it's ever happened during a show.
Yeah, that did get you, didn't you? Almost spit the coffee out.
No, I did.
That's a
it's
win.
all over the Provia ad.
Let's go to SBG Trust Tree.
Trust tree?
We're in the Trust Tree right here. That's what it looks like.
Inside of it?
He wants to know
Let it kick
from
in
you, Cohn. So if the Yankees didn't have a Pride Day,
That would be tough.
would you be a Yankees
That would
fan?
really put me in a bind, 'cause I'm
Hashtag.
telling
He
you,
put it with a hashtag
the
Judas.
hatred I feel
He
for
is
the
100%
Yankees
Judas.
is so strong. But yeah, I would have a big appreciation for the Yankees. They could really move up, in my sports team list if they would do that. But they won't. They're leading the charge.
Hold on, I'm just going to the Hallow app right now because I'm just trying not to panic.
I already
Why
went there.
don't you meditate a little bit?
They just sent me
I'm going
9
to. Hold on.
notifications.
Okay, I'm good.
You good? You better
Yeah,
now?
I'm
Good.
good.
Let's go to Fat Dad. All right.
At least he's honest.
I think you're looking great.
Skinny father?
Feeling skinny.
Barger?
Father.
Oh, his father.
Says Quinn Ewers is going to want a revenge against Alabama. I would love nothing more than an absolute monster of a game between Texas and Alabama. Get some blood boiling for when Texas comes in.
Yeah, I do want to say, I hope everybody realized that Chris Marler said that Texas is going to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I can say that, but I'm just telling you, it doesn't go well for Texas quarterbacks when they play Alabama.
What is up with that? Like,
That's-
what voodoo practitioner is sitting there with a doll like halfway through the second quarter and it's like,
It's Alabama's recruiting coordinator.
Yeah.
It's big humans.
that's exactly right. Marcel Darius broke Colt McCoy like a Mr. Potato Head.
He did.
Let's go to Bradley Cogdill. What's up, Brad? Is there going to be a part 2 to Knowles trying to guess the rest of the NFL logos?
I'm sure there will be at some point. I was shocked he did as well as he did. That was one of the biggest underdog stories, I think, of the year so far, 2023.
Let's go to Bacon Eater. Says it's good to be in the trust tree again.
It is.
Missed you guys.
Doesn't it feel good? Went in the water cooler.
Bacon,
in the
we
trust
missed you.
tree. Let the leaves just wrap around. Let it shower over you.
Let's go to Brad Onstad. What's up, Brad? How about the Cincinnati Reds?
Did you
Talk
try
of
and
the
pronounce
league
his
right
name
now.
now?
Yeah, I did. How'd it go?
Nice.
What'd y'all think?
No, look, the Reds, one of the greatest stories in baseball. I mean, you look at the Rangers. We talk about the Rangers, and that's great, especially with DeGrom being hurt. But what Cincinnati's doing? Look, Ellie De La Cruz, I watched this man steal second, third, and home consecutively the other day. I mean, damn. He's a creative player.
He is.
It's like the
dude's
show.
an absolute freak.
Like, I've never, look, Shohei, it's so crazy right now that we have Shohei and Ellie in the league at the same time. I've never seen anything like it. Then he dropped like a 450-foot cruise missile the other day. Talking about Ellie, it's ridiculous. But I mean, you look at what the Reds are doing. All right, the Rays, not shocked there. The Astros, I still think are going to come back and win the West. Hate to say that, David. The Braves right now are just clowning everybody in the NL East, and I'm just drinking it all in. The Dodgers, yeah, Freddie, whatever. But the Reds, man, who'd have thought? Look at the Cardinals, though. 38-62.
It's not a great sit.
Hit it for my guys, Waino, and when's Yadier Molina going to be the coach? That's the real question.
That's the biggest shocker to me, man.
Yeah.
Let's go to Heartbroken Hog. #guys Crain and Company. Where's Dame Lillard getting traded?
Heat.
Why is it San Antonio?
Heat. Dame's going the Heat.
You have nothing on the Heat. Nothing on the Heat is good enough for that trade.
Well, you know what they got with Tyler
Picks.
Hero.
Nothing.
And the Heat aren't worried about picks because they don't draft anybody. They just make trades.
It's like there's nothing on the Heat that'd be like if I'm Portland. Like, yeah, great.
I think at this point, though, it's Portland because Portland said they'll wait. Like, fine, we'll wait forever.
And Portland doesn't care.
No, they got nothing else.
They got nobody. Although they did draft Scoot.
Scoot's nice.
Scoot's going to be nice. That's going to 1-2 punch, but still, it's not going to be enough if you're Portland.
No, Dame's trying to. Dame realized the clock is ticking. Dame's looking at Dame time.
Dame time.
And he's realizing the clock is ticking.
Let's go to Con Ron. Will Crain & Co. issue a fantasy football draft guide?
Yes.
I would love to do that for you, Con Ron, being the champion.
Here we go.
It feels so good to come out with the dub on top of that. I mean, to be honest, without even most of my best players. That's how you know when you draft later in rounds that's when it really shows late in the playoffs.
You got lucky.
So I'll put a guide in. I'll call some people, some GMs, get them on the line. You know how it is.
You should write DeMar Hamlin a special thank you letter.
Special thank you letter.
Well, DeMar, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I would have won. So that's all we need to talk about when it comes to.
I still have my board over there, right?
The board that you lost with? Yeah, it's crazy.
The explanation board?
That was a good explanation. Shapiro liked it.
Shapiro did like
He
it.
did.
He said I could go to Yale, but not Harvard.
Let's go to Sister Riggs. Are y'all going to talk the Booster Club betting
Friday.
standings for June and July soon?
Yes.
Just waiting.
Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the winner, Sister Riggs. We know you won last month, and we're going to update you on our booster bets. We're going to do that every Friday. Obviously, we were doing our special project. We weren't able to do it live on the show. We're going to update the leaderboard. I put out the tweet every day, Crane _. You can go see it. It's got a link not only to where you fill out your bet, but to where the standings are. Cody Nason and Ben Sergio do an unbelievable job.
Absolutely.
Keeping up with that. Make sure you follow Crain Co. Picks Tracker and Cody Nason 95 as well. So, yes, we will be doing that tomorrow.
Ratchet Dewan, who has a better chance of a second half comeback, the Padres or the Mets?
Padres. Because the Mets, if you're rooting on a second half comeback for the Mets in anything, they're going to let you down. I think anybody would agree with that. Give me the Pods.
Yeah, the Mets are now fourth in the NL East.
I mean, you look at the Dodgers right now, they're tied with the D-backs, right? Which what Arizona, Zach Gallen is just out there throwing frisbees, man. The Giants, they're a great story, 2.5 games behind the Padres, 8.5. You look at the talent the Padres have. I do think they could be one of the surprises going on in the second half. I mean, the Rockies are they're out of it. They're 18 games back. But give me the Pods, because I don't believe in the Mets. And you know what? I don't think I'm alone. But I do believe in the poll.
18.5 games back.
Oh, damn. Dadgummit.
Let's go to Deacon and Orr real quick. She wants to know what's more likely, Dalvin Cook to the Jets or the Patriots?
Ooh, Patriots. I think the Jets are fine with Breece Hall and the pieces they have at running back.
Jets. I'll go Jets.
You'll go Jets? God, you put Dalvin Cook and Aaron Rodgers together. That is nasty. You go Vikings. Vikings best player. Well, you can say Justin Jefferson was, but what the best running back in the NFC North with the best quarterback in the NFC North? Put them together? The Jets with that defense? Ooh, girl, stop.
All right, Malcolm Martin. Once again, what's up, lovely folks? Talking about my Gators today.
Y'all.
I know I'm late again today after a 2-month hiatus. Malcolm, what's up, man?
Great to see you, buddy.
Hopefully everything's well. All right, let's go to the poll.
Let's go.
Is Margot Robbie mid?
Mid?
Mid.
No.
No.
I mean, I don't know her personally, but
This is the stupidest thing. No.
Wow.
82%.
Oh, the Booster Club stupid. They won in this poll. Y'all heard that.
82?
How can you say Margot Robbie's
I'm not
mid?
saying. I'm trying to get the poll right, and that's 82 is a high number.
Because it's that blatant to me.
No, 81. Come on, Under.
I mean, no, 70%.
Sound wasn't that far off.
Yes.
There you go.
30%.
I just don't. I don't get that. Now, my wife Reed is way more beautiful than Margot Robbie, but Margot Robbie is definitely not mid. I'll say that.
What would you say she is?
She's a good-looking lady.
Okay. Reed, I hope you heard that.
Well, why are
your bags are out front. Your bags are out front anyways.
Judas,
Your bags are out front.
I'm just getting it from both sides. I feel like Caesar right now.
He stabbed you in the back with a
No,
sword.
he stabbed me in the front. You stabbed me in the back.
Yes, I did it with you looking.
That's true.
Respectable.
That is true.
I was looking too. I was wrapped around like
Yeah. Well, you are
Wrap
9
around.
feet tall. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Check us out on all social media platforms. Go follow us on Instagram, at Crain Company, on Twitter, at Crain Company as well. Thanks for Chris Marler. We got a great show tomorrow, talking some more college football. We got call-ins, and Tim Brando's going to join us to talk a topic I think you're going to find pretty interesting. We appreciate you guys, and like the chances of me going in the Northwestern's locker room with the lights off, we're gone.